Here's the second-year man from Clemson, Travis Etienne. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. Second and 10.
Ready, set.
Lawrence will throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And credit that sack to Robert Quinn. Just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at third down. And that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback, too.
Now Lawrence on 3rd and long. And this one is incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Now last year's leading rusher in the NFL, this is Jonathan Taylor. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in week 2. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. From the 50, it's Smith. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. These two teams, division rivals, of course, and you remember back to Week 18 last year, although Colts fans don't want to remember back to Week 18 last year. The Colts needed a win, and the Jags, they were kind of looking ahead to 2022, but the 2-win Jags came up with one of the shockers of the season. They stunned the Colts 26-11 in Jacksonville, and that loss ultimately kept Indianapolis home for the playoffs.
Mustang 19. 70 Ranger. 70 Ranger. Ready?
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. Finds his big tight end, Mo Alley Cox. And they're able to stop him short. On 3rd and 6, they'll only pick up 4. Here we go on 4th. Smith. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they'll get the conversion on a gain of 14. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And some room to work. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and...
Oh, this is blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. There he goes, left side. The 40. The 20. And he takes it the distance across the goal line for 2 points. That is a play that you just do not see very often. Maybe a couple times a year, the blocked extra point return for 2.
You can't afford to give anyone a free run at the kicker. Oftentimes, it's going to bounce off his hands or chest and head the other direction.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy.
Oh, you do.
Oh, you understand the same. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Oh, you went 3
and out. And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. On 2nd down, ETN once more. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Well, this defense for the Colts, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward. Partner, it's not often that I expect running backs to eclipse 100 yards in back-to-back games, but he left 100 way behind last week. I think he's going to do it again. I'm expecting 150 or more.
And last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week, so if he does what you say he might, maybe he'll get another one.
Yeah, I think he's locked in.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now Geno. Oh, he's got his tight end, Mo Alley-Cox, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards 2:22 on the clock. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Let's go. Street.
Second down, another run with Taylor. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run.
Cougar 19. 60 Eagles. Heavy Lions.
That's complete to Pierce. Touchdown, Colts. Alec Pierce with his first career NFL touchdown as his guys are able to extend their lead. This time, the extra point up and good, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That would almost intercept it, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be second down. Pretty fortunate there, the interception that ended the last drive, and then boom, the first pass here almost picked on this drive.
Yeah, I think you could definitely call him to question his decision-making here in the first half.
Certainly not the best of decisions there. Lucky that one wasn't picked. They run the option on second down. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. Well, sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down. Lawrence. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. How to get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. .39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. It sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. On the counter, it's Taylor. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. Just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
Now a 2nd down and 6. Now Lawrence. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game from offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. Picked up by Kenny Moore.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Chad Muma brings him down on that one defensively.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Ready, break. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
Off of play action, here's Smith. And he's got Pierce. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A gain there of 21 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
On the handoff, Taylor. And he is going to lose yardage here. Foye Oluokun finding his way to the ball for a stop, a tackle for loss.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
Now on 2nd and 13. Smith connecting here with Pittman on the out route. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 9.
The offense on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Smith now to throw. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. Touchdown. Jonathan Taylor He scored on the ground and through the air, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Fields it right around the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the fourth quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
And looking for Kirk, but this pass is intercepted. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. He was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On second down, ETN once more. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Bottom line, when you play a runner with these talents, you've got to be able to wrap up and get him on the ground. Or the first person who gets there, hold him up long enough for the next wave to get there and get him down. Otherwise, he will continue downfield and find pay dirt.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go now.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. The football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
They'll fake it. Now Smith. Hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley Cox. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him, because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
They'll try to run for the first with Taylor. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. On the return, here's now a hit and a loose football. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punt's coming in, I don't have a return punch, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead at you.
It really is. You try and get that peek to know where they are, about whether you should fair catch it or not. But sometimes you just have to have a sense, a feeling, and just have to make sure, number one, though, you catch the ball and put it away.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Throwing now is Geno. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Pittman. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
They'll set up the screen to Taylor. Touchdown, Colts! Jonathan Taylor on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Colts would extend their lead here just before halftime. The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find...
Well, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. Picked off by Brandon Faison. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Well, Charles, I think you have to call that a win for the defense after the turnover already in field goal range, and they had to settle for 3.
Yeah, being the beautiful part is you start so close to the end zone that your thought process on offense has to loosen up a little bit, because you're thinking to yourself, you're almost guaranteed 3. Let's take some good shots at the end zone and try and turn it into 6.
So we hit halftime here in Indianapolis with the Colts on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
Pat the street. Pat the street.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 64 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Again, it's Taylor. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Panther 11. Panther 11. 19 Lions. Ready.
On 3rd down, here's Taylor. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
From this vantage point, they've got the lead here. So for me, that'd be enough to go ahead and punt the football and let my defense defend the long field.
If you go for it, you don't get it, then you really put your defense in a tight spot.
Yeah, but we never know what people ultimately will decide to do here on.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. So that challenge not successful there, and that's going to cost him the first of his timeouts. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. And they call it a loss of a yard there. And now we've got a 3rd and goal situation.
Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
18, Pioneer! Come 19! Come 19!
They'll try and run. Taylor. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Give him 4 yards there, but they're still well short of the goal line with 4th down now looming.
Well, if this defense can hold them to a field goal here, what a win that would be.
Not just a win on the possession, but psychologically take over the ball game. But this started with 1st and goal, so they were in 4-down territory right from the beginning. I say you finish it off and go for the touchdown.
Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And another timeout taken by the Colts. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back.
They'll start on the ground. ETN.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Third quarter here at Indy. This is 2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw.
Open man right side is Ingram.
Finding space at the 40.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than 1 man to bring him down. Oftentimes your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Here's a run on 1st down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11.
And now you have to wonder, partner, at what point in time do they forget the running game? It's been a struggle so far in this one. I would think they'd have to start throwing it a little bit more.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
From midfield now, Lawrence.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jones. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts' 38-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Now Lawrence. And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Here's Lawrence. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is caught. But the bank judge right there to say incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence.
Looking downfield for Jones. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Zay Jones, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Jaguars are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter.
So the Jags will keep the offense out there as they'll decide to go for 2.
Lawrence going to look to throw for it.
And he'll find his way in for 2. And we're back to a 2-score game. The lead's cut to 16.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Jonathan Taylor, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Colts are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10.
And my goodness, another interception.
And the Colts are going to take possession of the football.
And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
The tackle made by Caleb on Chason.
Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Second down, another run with Taylor. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They run once more with Taylor.
And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they come through with 3 after forcing the turnover. Mancini's second half, you're starting inside the red zone. Obviously, they would have liked 6 out of that.
Absolutely, because that's all you're thinking is how do you get it into the end zone? You want the field goal to be the last resort. In this case, they gave it a great try, but did have to settle for 3.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that this offense would have its way here, but they certainly have not, and they trail big. After this, it figures to be a quiet trip home. That's Jawan Taylor, the right tackle.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Lawrence, now this is ETN on the draw.
And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be 2nd down.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Throwing on 2nd and long. Lawrence
hit and the ball is free.
But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Fortunately for him, that ball stayed close so that he could recover it on his own.
And you know the prayers that were going through his head as the ball escaped from him? How happy was he at the end of it when he found the football again, able to retain possession?
The pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailed by multiple touchdowns, and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Here we go, gotta have it. Lawrence.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now a handoff. Taylor with it.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Ball at the 6 here as they work with a 2nd and 2.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up 1st and goal.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a 1st down. They ran it and picked it up.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided.
They'll run here with Taylor.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And oh, he clanks it off the right upright. And it's no good.
Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. This taken in at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
On the counter, ETN.
And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26.
64 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
They'll run with ETN. And trying to shake free, but ETN cannot. The defense will stop him short.
No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
And when the defense wins and gets up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
Fourth down. Here's Lawrence.
And Ingram hauls it in.
And he is going to have a Jags 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Completes it to Evan Ingram. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. They go right back to him for 20 and a 1st. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game.
We go set.
A final shot now for Lawrence.
And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time is run out now on this game. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you can just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover, after turnover. As as this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate with every series, didn't you? Every time they ran onto the field, it was slower and slower to get to the football because they just felt like if we go out there, we're just going to turn it over anyway. So it was really, really a stellar performance.
So for the Colts, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they will hit the road next week.